Alright, those onions are just cooking a little bit. I'll stir them every once in a while, and they are just going to cook until they're a little bit see-through. If you like them cooked more, you can. But while we're doing that, we're going to work on our gravy. And to start with, we're going to put in our almonds. And this is, again, half a cup of slivered almonds. And we're also going to add to that 1 cup of water. Now, this is the part where we have to be a little patient because we just have to mix it until this is super smooth and there's no chunks anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on and let it run. Okay, now I'm going to check it and see what kind of consistency it is. That's good. You see, when I put my fork or my spatula in, there's no graininess to it at all. It looks like milk. That's what we want to go for. And I suppose you could use a cup of milk for this, but it's not going to work out quite right. I don't think it'll be as good. It definitely will. You'll miss out on some of the almond health benefits. So now that we have that done, what we're going to do is we're going to add our extra water. The 2 cups of water, and we're going to add our seasonings, our chicken or whatever kind of seasoning you want. We're going to add our yeast flakes, which again are optional, and then we're going to add our flour, and our flour just works as a thickening agent. So I'm going to put all that in and give it a good mix again. Alright, now that we have our gravy mixture done, let's check on our onions and see how they're doing. The onions are getting really close. You can see some pieces are turning brown. That means that we need a little bit more water. So I'm just going to come over here. Excuse the messy sink. Like I said, I'm doing tons of stuff in the kitchen today, so it's crazy. So we're going to get a little bit more water and add it to the bottom of our pan. Mostly we just want to keep the onions and the garlic from burning. I think I'm going to let that cook a little bit more. While that's cooking, I have my water for my veggies starting to steam. You can see here. I don't have an actual steamer. I just put my steamer basket in the bottom of a big pot. Works super well. And the steamer baskets are like $1.50, so way cheaper than a steamer. But someday, maybe, I will have an actual steamer, and that will be fantastic. But in the meantime, this works well. So I'm going to let these onions cook for just a couple more minutes, and then when I come back, we should be able to put the veggies in the steamer, get the gravy on the stove, and our potatoes should be done soon, and I'll show you how to put them all together. Right, I don't know if you can see it really well on camera, but our onions are starting to turn a little bit clear, so we're going to add our gravy mixture. I hope this pan is big enough. The one I usually use is currently being used otherwise, so we'll see what happens, but you just dump it right in, very slowly, so you don't splash, make a big mess. Looks like it's just going to fit. Okay. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that your heat is on medium. You don't want it to cook too fast. And just come back and keep stirring it every once in a while. It'll thicken up. So while this is sitting and getting warm, we are going to go ahead and put our veggies into steam. Now remember, I had frozen broccoli and frozen cauliflower. So because it is frozen, I have a little too much water in there. Usually you shouldn't see the water bubbling, but that's okay. But because they were frozen, we're going to put them in first because they will need a little more help cooking. And then I'm just going to take the whole bowl of all the rest of the veggies that I have and dump them right in. Let's get what's left. Want to get that good spinach, let me put the camera down for a second so I can get that. And then to do is stick the lid on my steaming veggies, and those should be done just about when our potatoes are done, our gravy's done. So I'm going to keep stirring the gravy, clean up around here a little bit while these two are cooking, and when our potatoes are done, which is in 10 minutes and 38 seconds, I will show you how to put it all together. Just wanted to show you real quick, the gravy is starting to thicken up, and as it thickens you can see it turns to more of a yellow color. That's probably from the chick seasoning that I used, but if you use a different seasoning it would turn a little more brown or whatever. Another thing you could do too, I added my spinach to the steamed vegetables. If you wanted, you could add a little bit of spinach actually to this gravy to make it a little more colorful. But I'm going to let this cook and thicken up just a little bit more. You can kind of choose how thick you want it. Some people, this is thick enough. Some people want to let it cook a little longer, get a little thicker. And the potatoes are just about done, the veggies are just about done, and we are almost ready to eat. So I'll see you in just a little bit. Alright, our potatoes are done, our veggies are done, and our gravy's done. So I'm going to show you how to load up. You can cut up your potato, you can put it in half, however you'd like. You're going to start by putting just a little bit of gravy on your potato. Not a lot, just enough to kind of cover a little. And then you're going to take some of these yummy veggies and load your potato up with them. As much as you want. Just remember, it gets filling super, super quick. Make sure you get some of the good veggies in there. And then you're going to top it off with more gravy. And there is potato primavera.